Extreme travel isn't for the faint-hearted. Kari-Matti Valtari would know. He has been arrested many times and held in detention in war-torn nations, but has seen everywhere from St Eustatius to the Savage Islands times. So why does he keep doing it? It's to meet like-minded people, he tells the BBC. He has a goal to travel the whole world, and that goal has landed him, at the time of writing, in 10th place on the Most Traveled People MTP leaderboard. MTP is an online community that unites extreme travelers. It boasts nearly 30,000 members and exists for people to compare their adventures in a bid to become the most traveled person. But seeing the whole world as per most traveled people just got harder for Mr Valtari and other extreme travelers. The MTP founder, Charles Veley, was inspired to create it after the Guinness Book of Records declined in 2000 to accept his own attempts to be the world's most traveled person and required a third party to adjudicate. It felt like I had completed the marathon in the Olympics. It felt like I had done all that. Come into the stadium and all the judges had gone home and there was no one there, he said. In 2005, when MTP was founded, Mr Veley started with a list of around 573 countries and territories to visit. That number increased to around 1,000 in the following years, as existing places were divided into further pots. And as of this year, the list has been updated again to 1,500 different locations. The expansion by MTP meant people who had been to everywhere or almost everywhere in the world now have a whole new set of places to visit. For instance, the man on top of the leaderboard, Germany's Michael Runkel, has visited a mere 1,306 of MTP's 1,500 locations. The MTP expansion leans on work from another travel community, Nomad Mania, which divides the world into 1,301 regions, based on area, population, local perspective, and other factors. Within the UK region, for example, there are 30 different regions, including England, Yorkshire, and the Humber, Jersey, and Lundy, a tiny island off the southwest of England. One of the new regions on the MTP list is the South Pole, now listed as separate from the various Antarctic regions. Previously, travelers could claim they had visited most Antarctic regions by simply walking around the South Pole. Now, they have to navigate the entire continent. The increase was based on consultation with extreme travelers, and Mr Veley said people had been receptive to the change and looked forward to having more destinations to visit. But travel between these areas is not simple. About 2.4% of global CO2 emissions come from aviation, and many regular travelers rely on planes to travel. While both Mr Valtari and Mr Veley said they tried to reduce their emissions in other ways, like driving electric cars, they don't deny the impact their travel has on the environment. I to think about it, but I mean, what can you do? Mr Valtari said. If you have an urge to travel, you cannot exactly walk everywhere, so you'd have to fly. But when it comes to extreme travel, boats can be more useful than planes. The joint least visited place in the world, according to MTP, is the Entrecasteaux Reefs, a barrier reef in New Caledonia in the South Pacific. St Eustatius is a small Dutch island in the Caribbean. The Savage Islands, a Portuguese archipelago without a permanent population.